Hello, suckers and motherfuckers. This is the multiform misanthropist once again. And I've decided to take one more book for reading. This book here came from Boston. Um, actually says I wrote in the first blank page. I just found this book on the garbage, Cambridge, Massachusetts, Boston. My name in September 1st, 2002. 2002. It's a book, it's a big book. Okay, it's over almost 600 pages. Those who have vanished. Those who have vanished. An introduction to prehistory. Ronald L. Wallace. He was at least a professor of history and archaeology in the Central University of Florida. This book was first released in 1983. So this edition doesn't say here on the first page if it's the first, second, third edition, but it was released in 1983. All right, and it's used also here. When I found it, someone bought it from a used bookstore, bookstore from of used books. And this book I have read the chapter 1, the preface chapter 1, and I'm reading chapter 2. It deals with archaeology, the archaeological method of history, archaeological findings, all the cultural and process of the early human lives and societies formation. Actually, human life, according to science, started in Africa, right? So this book is going through all the. It's an illustrated book too. You can see right here. This is Africa, right? So let me read the contents for you. Not all the contents because it's too big. But for example, chapter 4 deals with Homo erectus, the evolution of hunting. Chapter 5, Neanderthal, the emergence of ritual. Chapter 6, Cro-Magnon, the Great Exploration. All right. So I am on chapter 2, the search for the earliest humans. I didn't finish the chapter 2 during this dawn because it is too extensive. And then it deals African kingdoms, till the rise of the urban elites, exchange reward societies, Mesoamerica. So lots of information here, man. Chapter 14, Chiefs of the Eastern Woodlands. One book that I am gonna read for the first time because I had this book since 2002. Never had the interest of reading it. And now, let's do it. See if I can learn something different. The Periquites, that's how you say Periquites. The Periquites outside are fucking singing. It's Monday, right? What a beautiful day outside. Wow, man. And I'm full recovered from my virus infection, which I was not sure what it was, but important thing is that it's past, it's gone. And the shit must go on. Not the show. The show is always going on. The shit must go on, you know. Yeah, man. Nothing more to say. Um, and let me see, né? My first impression on that book is that it's very difficult to read that book, man, to me, because it deals with new information. You know, it's different from reading plain history, for example, because that book goes like in the archaeological findings of each process, you know, excavations, and all the method of finding fossils and tools and buried, you know, buried tools and buried skulls and comparing. It's a very difficult reading, actually, that book. But I think I can do a great job on it. And if I learn something, I will tell you here. If I don't learn it, I read it and then I reread it within maybe a fucking couple years. The best books that I have came from Boston, you know. Because in Brazil there's no good books, there's no good authors. In Brazil there is no good bookstores. No. Um, and that's why I refuse to ingress in college here in Brazil, man. Because I'm gonna waste my time to become a mediocre, like most of them. If you are to become a mediocre, you come to Brazil and study here, you know, ingress into college. If you want not to ingress in college, but if you want lots of knowledge and culture, go to Cambridge, Massachusetts. That's the place. Bye.